After slashing out Kojima's name, pulling out of the New York Stock Exchange, canceling Silent Hills, and taking PT off the PSN store, Konami pulled PT from their servers, preventing anyone from re-downloading it ever again. After Mother's Day weekend, what appears to be, on the surface, a very visible cover-up campaign resumed, with eBay removing auctions selling PlayStations with PT installed, which is the last remaining way to acquire that game. It looks like eBay's worried about the consoles opening a door for identity theft, but a 2013 Supreme Court ruling allows people to resell physical copies of media, so maybe there might be a market for these things elsewhere. Anyways, it seems like Konami is slashing PT from its history books now that Silent Hills is cancelled. It now has just one console game slated for 2015, even though they're seeing increased profits over last year. But they haven't been restructuring themselves for those new priorities gracefully. Instead, they've been conducting these very hostile decisions that have pretty much ended with them declaring war against their own fans. And I was caught in the middle of the crossfire. A video I made about their controversies was taken down on May 11th from a DMCA copyright claim by Konami. In addition to the video getting swiped, this also gave me one of 3 allowable copyright strikes on my account. I emailed Konami's PR people asking them to revoke it and didn't really get a solid answer. But just a few hours later, the claim was revoked, the video restored, and my account put back into good standing. It wasn't from my emails though. Instead, it was from YouTube telling me their takedown request was missing required information. They forwarded me their own exchange with Konami, in which they said, "We are very concerned that your copyright notification may not be valid for some or all of the videos identified. If you still believe your copyright is infringed by the videos in your notification, please explain in detail why you think so." So the missing information they forgot to add to the claim would seem to be an explanation of why they needed to take the video down in the first place. And there's no telling if they're working on that explanation right now to take the video back down again. But considering the PR disaster it triggered and how that video just ended up more popular than ever before, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be good. I also got a name to the claim. It was filed by a Japanese lawyer who was a high-ranking Konami executive. If they're still employed there, then that would mean an actual Japanese Konami executive was responsible for taking down my video, or at least someone working under their name. This is a multinational corporation that made $79 million in profit last year, and this is what they're worried about? The work whose copyright I allegedly violated was Metal Gear Rising. There were about 27 seconds of Rising footage in the tail end of that almost 9-minute video, half of which was spent staring at the main menu. The audio was so quiet that it was almost muted, and throughout all of it I was specifically talking about that specific game's role in the company's future. The video was not about Metal Gear Rising. It was in no way replacing the audience of that game or replicating its function. It was an offhand mention in an essay. If anything, I was expecting to get more heat about using footage from PT because that's the intellectual property this company is so desperate to protect right now. In Polygon's coverage of this incident, they actually interviewed a lawyer who said almost everything in the video would likely be considered fair use from a copyright perspective, and that in order to count as defamation, the video would have to have had actual malice or a reckless disregard for the facts, unlikely given the statements in the video. With copyright violation and defamation thrown out the way, the only excuse Konami had to take this video down is that they did not want people to hear what it said. And the real problem here is that they can actually take down unrelated third-party criticism they disagree with just by pressing a button. As long as it's on YouTube, at least. They did not reach out. They did not ask me to take it down. They did not release a statement to the public denying any rumors from the video. Instead, they issued a DMCA takedown based on about 5% of muted footage from the video and forcibly erased it from my channel without my permission or any warnings because they have the power to do that. And if they didn't want people to hear what that video said, then it kinda sucks that their move accomplished the exact opposite. As the day went on, that video made it to Kotaku, Crave, Game Politics, Rooster Teeth, Polygon, and many, many others. I was getting messages of unanimous support from communities far and wide. and it all came in too fast for me to even enjoy the publicity. The video was taken down in the middle of the night. 90% of this controversy was spent with me asleep before riding a bus through the middle of nowhere in Georgia. I used up all my cell phone battery on the ride to get a couple emails and texts about it. There was no way I could have commented on it at the time it was happening. I got home and suddenly found out I became some kind of martyr for free speech or something without really having to do much. And right after I got home, the video went back up. It was only down for about 11 hours. But remember that it was YouTube themselves who retracted the copyright claim because they felt Konami's request was missing information, or that it might not even be valid. And that means this copyright takedown might actually be a blessing in disguise. This is, to the best of my knowledge, the first time YouTube has done that for a gaming channel. When Sega mass-claimed all Shining Force videos on YouTube, which included many that didn't even have gameplay footage, YouTube didn't do anything to stop them. And when Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling both dealt with bad DMCA takedowns from companies over criticism of their products, there was no oversight there either. YouTube doesn't usually intervene when copyright issues happen, but in my case, it looks like they did. It looks like a human being in their legal team might have actually reviewed my situation and decided to step in on behalf of the YouTuber. Imagine that. YouTube protecting YouTubers. That's cool. I hope that sets a precedent. There is a sunny side to this story. Despite Konami's intention, this situation just led to more people seeing that video than ever before, and something that might make that same job for other YouTubers just a little bit easier. Which is great for pretty much everyone, including Konami, even if they don't want to believe it. Healthy game launches these days are accompanied by healthy YouTube coverage, and Konami's move has accidentally given us just one more baby step that can solidify the future of this economy.